Hi guys! I realized in the last tutorial that I made, it wasn't really like super. It was accurate, but the way I started it in the middle of a project and all that, um, I could see because I've had some people contact me and be like, dude, I think I could learn, um, by the way, you explain stuff, or pretty much that's what the person said. But you started, like in the middle of something, and it was a little confusing for a few people, and I want to say I'm sorry, very sorry. And I told them that I'd start from the very, very beginning, and I promised it within like before um, the week is over. So I just want to do it, and so I can say that it's done. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, um, first of all, when you sign up for Canvas, okay, um, 1 second, let me clean my glasses while I'm talking. Okay, sign up for Canvas, and I'm assuming, I mean, that's the only reason I'm, really um, communicating, the tutorial is because, I want to try and show, um, people that there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not saying it's easy, like, oh, it's so easy when it's like, fucking, um, physics or something, no, that's not what I'm doing. Um, I just would like to try and empower some ladies or girls or chicks or you happening women. I just want to, maybe give you a little more knowledge than you had. I mean, that's what I look for when I search around on the videos. I don't know. So, it's just a hunch. Just a hunch. Alright. So, I've got my glasses wiped off. Now I gotta find something to dry them with. My husband came up here and did away with my paper towels. And I have a couple of. Let me get this. Okay. Alright. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. Alright. Honestly, you guys, I am going to try and make this as simple, like driving down a straight street. Just A to B. A to B. A to B. Okay. So, after you get your scan and cut, okay, you're going to have to sign up in order to use the Canvas, alright? And anybody can use Canvas, even if you don't have a scan and cut. So, I thought that was kind of really cool of Brother to do. They've just thought of everything, and the more they come out with, they don't make you purchase a new machine. Isn't that awesome? They don't make you purchase a new machine. You might have to buy a piece or, order something, but no. Brother has really stepped up their game, and I want to just thank them because I love your products, Brother. Okay, so let's get started. Alright? So, first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Scan and Cut. No, that's wrong. Oh, I'm already wrong. Okay. I'm going to show you guys the whole spiel. Okay, so, Scan and Cut. Canvas. Okay. And here is canvas. But also, I don't know if you guys know this or not, if you go on the Brother website, you get a free cutting file every month. So I always look for those for sure. Okay, now all you got to do is put in your email and register. Everybody knows how to register. So we just registered, da da da, and here we are back at the canvas. All right, so we're going to go to new. Excuse me. Okay. And what is our project going to be? Well, excuse me. I'm going to try and do the one that I fouled up, and that was basically how to make a stencil kind of thing. Yeah, that was what my tutorial was. Yeah, so, alright. Now, let me tell you what all of these are up here, and then you will know, okay? This is if you want to start a new project. You just hit this button and it just comes up again, okay? When we're done with our document and we're ready to save it to the scan and cut site, not here, to here, the scan and cut site, this is it. This is our button for that. To start off with, just don't overwrite projects now. Just, it's going to pop up and ask overwrite or new. Just do new, because you can go through and edit the ones that you don't want in there. Okay, this is where we're going to go. It's called image tracing. We're going to come here and we're going to find an image to turn into a stencil. Okay, what is this? This is an SVG file, and this is a FCM file. These are your cutting files. You would import a cutting file if you had one right here. Okay? All this does is, it's a selection tool, and I've never used it, so I'm not really sure. Okay. I'm pretty intermediate advanced on CS6, so I know what this does. This is called a pen tool, okay? Now, a pen tool is the most fabulous accurate way to trace something, to design something. It's just awesome, okay? So, normally there's a pen that comes out, and I thought they had that on here. Let me see here. Let me try this again. Does it change? No. Okay. See, I don't ever use the pen tool on here, so, but I should have checked. I should have checked that out before I did this. Okay, this right here is if you had like a tablet that you could draw on or something like that. And then this is the undo button. If you get too like funky far ahead of yourself and you're like, oh man, okay, I shouldn't have done that. Kind of like when, you know, us geeks, and I say that in the most loving way, mess with our computer settings, we have to figure it out, makes us that much smarter, kind of thing. That's how we learn, you know. So, I think it'd take you back around 15 or 20 clicks So, yeah, it's an awesome best friend right here. And this is to go forward. You know, maybe you want to go back 10 and then you're like, oh, well, it is kind of cool. You just go forward. And then up here you have view. And you just want to keep all of this just the way it is. And we'll get to that. I'll show you why to use that in a minute. This is the edit where you can undo, paste, copy, group, edit, align, flip, and put them in order. And you can overlap things and weld them together. Okay. And then project. This is basically the same thing as this, pretty much. Except for this one. And I will make a special video about that one, okay? Alright. Down here we have the basics. That means basic shapes. These are all your basic shapes right over here, okay? You can make them any size, okay? So for instance, I'll just pick this one, double click. I want to close this, okay. Alright, so we have our square. Also, I love that it tells me down here in the left-hand side of the corner that it is 3.94 tall by 3.94 wide. No, I really do. I really do think that's a jammin' kick-ass feature. Okay. You would think other companies, well, I know that other companies do it, but they don't do it like this. Like, I still use the Print Shop Pro Professional, whatever the crap it is. And I love it. I have used the Print Shop since it came out. And I can just do things on the Print Shop so much faster than some of the other ones. So I think it's like the Print Shop Professional or something. It was the very last one they came out with a long time ago. So anyway. So, yep, you can control the size of it. You can copy and paste one. Or you could keep pasting them and pasting them. You can delete them. Okay. So these are your basic shapes. Okay. Now, they have border. I mean, there's so many things you can do with these files. For instance, we got some hearts here. I could cut that out with a stencil, no problem. That would actually be a pretty cool stencil for like a side border kind of stencil. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Okay. Well, I'm going to save it as one, and I'll show you guys how easy it is to just do a stencil without us going up here to image tracing right this second. Okay? So, I'm going to delete this so I can start all over from right here. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. Okay, this is a good example. Now, well, I guess it was a good example. Not really. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to go back to the one I had. Okay. Now, I have no frame around this, okay? So that means when it prints out, I'm going to have to, cut around it and make a frame or whatever. But it's so simple. All you have to do, this is like basic, okay? If you're not just learning, this isn't gonna, this isn't for you unless you're, refreshing. I don't know. Um, or maybe, you just want to see. I don't know. Um, but anyway, so my image here is almost 11 and a half inches wide, by just like 1.5 inches tall. I'm going to make that, let's see, I'm going to make that, that's way too long, first of all. I do make big cards up to around 7 inches. I do. So I'm going to do it for the 7 inches because I can always mask it off if that's too long. And I'm going to go just pull it to 1.5, just closer to 1.5. Perfect. I'm going to move this over a little. And then I'm going to go back here. Okay. What I'm going to do is put a frame around it so you don't have to mess with that, and it's super straight and it looks super grooveness. Alright? So we go back to basics. I'm going to pick out, I'll go with this one. It's so simple. All I have to do is pull it down, depending on how much room I want to give it. I probably want to give it a little more, if you have enough stencil. A lot of people don't like to waste their stencil material, but, it's up to you. I'm not going to do mine that wide. I'm going to do mine about right here. Yep, about right here. I like the corners and all that. Okay. Now I just tap my left click on the mat, and now I left click and I hold it down and I go over this. I highlight everything. You see how the blue is highlighted now? So what that means is this frame going around the hearts is one file, and the hearts themselves, which have been welded together by scan and cut, are one file. Now, this is what would happen. No, that's a bad example for that. But, okay, so this is what you're going to do. Because you could, in the certain right situation, you would want to not group them. But I shouldn't have even said that. Just listen for now, because that's why people think it's too hard, because people are trying to explain, something that should be, utorbalized, some, in the future. Okay? So again, you're going to hit the mat, you're going to go over both images, or how many images you have. You're going to right click and you're going to go to group right here. Okay? You can also do it, let me undo that. You can also do it this way. Okay? Let me divide that. Okay. You can also go up here to edit, and all of these options come up right here. Alright? So I want to group. It says group right there. And it's got symbols. Okay? I'll have to explain that in a different tutorial. That doesn't count for this one. So we're going to go to group. Okay? And that is one file now. And then you would come up here to where it says project title. And, whoops, I would say, straight heart stencil, straight heart stencil with just straight heart stencil. That's good. Okay. And then you're going to go here. You have to hit this. You have to hit this. Okay. It says saving the project is completed. Now, sometimes I've had issues with files not saving and such issues like that. Okay. You want to go here to download, and you want to download it right to your computer. Alright, now I'll turn my scan and cut on, and then it will show up that I can send it to my scan and cut the next time. But all you do is you click to download. You see the download wherever yours come up at. It's always an FCM file. Okay, so let's see. So, just go here. No, I didn't say that because it doesn't say that on there. Oh, I bet I have to. This is the only time I've ever seen this happen. Of course. Okay, so we're not going to pay any attention to that. I probably have to restart my browser and stuff like that. But anyway, so that is how you take a simple image out of the border and you turn it in to a stencil. Okay. Then there's a little thing called logo here, and it's got just words and different script, you know, and then text. Okay, these are all the texts you can use, and you can also import all of the text from your computer. I'm not going to get into that today, but I will get into that eventually. It's not a big deal. You could probably watch a YouTube video on it and figure it out, you know, in a couple of seconds, because I know you art people are smart. So, okay, so that was my vid. I was gonna do it with importing an item, but I was like, okay, I need to start with the basics, and this is basic. You know, I had to learn this first. Everybody had to learn this first, and once you know this, you're like, oh, I know that. And I think that's awesome. So, alright guys. Well, thanks for listening and watching. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, you guys.